right. So, Nigeria will soon be 64 in a few days from now. And I was being met with reporters earlier today, and they were asking me questions about how I see the 64th Independence Day of Nigeria, and what do they think? What do I think that Nigeria has achieved in 64 years? My answer was this, and my answer is this. I really like to look at things from the very positive side. Everybody already knows what the minuses are. Everybody knows what is not working. Or even little children know that some things are not working, and so there's no need going back to talk about them. But let's look at the positives. As a matter of looking at the glass as, instead of looking at it as half empty, let's look at it as half full. So here is my answer. I think God has done well for Nigerians. A lot of people predicted that by now, according to their predictions, Nigeria is supposed to have scattered into several pieces, and Nigerians ought to have been grinded to pieces, and Nigeria ought to have disintegrated and all. This has been the expectation of forces that hate Nigeria together. We've been like one bunch. We're very many, very different in different ways and all, but we've been bunched together. So it's difficult to actually even hurt us from, external factors. It's very difficult for them to grind us as long as we're together. But if they manage to separate us into small pieces, then it will be very easy to just grind the whole lot small by small. So far, we have been together as one. There are countries today where people are still running in the bush. A lot of people ran away from their homes because of either a war situation. Yes, definitely war situations, because they got into civil war and people are running for their dear lives. They are not even talking about hardship or no hardship. They are in the bush. They don't know when they will ever come in contact with life again. But that has not been our case. God has, in His infinite mercy, helped us to hold till now. Well, there's hardship, but it's not only in Nigeria, it's all over the world. As a matter of fact, the things we're beginning to experience now in Nigeria, there are things that people have been experiencing in other parts of the world before now. We have just been so blessed and a little bit spoiled all along, and a little bit wasteful here and there, wasteful of time, wasteful of electricity, wasteful of water, wasteful of resources. We buy things we do not need. We buy things to show off. All sorts of things we're just really wasteful. But we're just beginning to learn to actually pay attention to what is really needful for us. We buy houses we do not need. We buy spaces we do not need. That's what we've been doing all along. But that's not how other people have been running their lives since. So we're just beginning to learn, and we're evolving. We will get there by the grace of God. They also asked me about how, if I thought that Nigerian government is doing well or not doing well. Well, my answer to them was, and is, they're trying. They're trying their best. They are trying. But they can't do it alone. Everybody has contributed so far to the rot that is in the society. So everybody has got to remove his own rot. Everybody has got to change from being a cheat to being honest. Everybody has got to change from being hostile to being kind. Change from being callous, just being indifferent, to just really caring about how other people feel about what you're doing, how it impacts other people, that thing you're doing, how does it affect other people. Yes, what you're doing may be right, but how does it affect other people? So if you change, you don't know, you may just become the next president of Nigeria, and that means Nigeria will be good if you have already changed. But if you don't change now, and we change and we say that government should come and go and another one should come. That other one that's going to come is going to be worse, because all of us have this thing. Everyone that is complaining now have this thing. For example, when you go to the market to buy things, you will see that everybody's selling at the same price. How is it possible? If not that they got into a union and planned a coup against the consumers, so that nobody has a right to sell at a price lower than what they have fixed for themselves in the market. So look at that. That is wickedness to fellow Nigerians, right? Taking advantage of the situation. Now, when you take your car to that mechanic, he knows that the part that is giving you headache is something that he can easily fix. But he tells you that it's completely spoiled and that you should go and change it. And then you give him money to change it. And he doesn't. He goes to try to fix it, or repair it in a way, and put it back, and even hangs it in a way that he knows in a week time you'll come back and you come and spend some money, and gives you headache, serious headache. You spend more, it gives you hassle, and then you pass the hassle on to your wife or your children or to your neighbors or to your household staff. Yeah, so that's not government. There's a whole lot all of us are adding. You in office, when they ask you to go and do a feasibility study and come back to your boss, and then you go and like, this is my opportunity to make money. Then you add a lot to it. And then from there, you start scheming around how you'll be the one to champion what is happening, and then start tearing each other down and make sure this person is trying to overtake me, this one is trying to be too smart, and all sorts of troubles just start coming out because of the fact that there's just one small business that has to be done. And then you come deceive your boss. Something that should cost you so much less to do is going to be so high. In fact, at some point, maybe your boss can just tell you that there's no budget for it because the price has more than doubled. And then he has no way of knowing that you did not tell him the truth. But when people want to hold somebody responsible, they will hold him responsible. So do you see how you two have contributed to the problem? You have. You that a new boss just came and you are a clerk, you're going to tell him that, well, guy, in this office, this is how they do it. This is how we do it. This is how we used to make the money. And then if he's not the type and he says, I cannot do it, then what you're going to do is to try to put roadblocks for him everywhere and frustrate him. And so when things go bad, you now come and say, oh, guy, I told you now, this is how they used to do it. You did not agree. This is why this thing is happening. Let's just talk to this. Let's just do it. Let's just add this and add that. Are you not contributing? You are contributing to the problem. You are making the place ungovernable. That's what you're doing. You're just making the whole place ungovernable. So let's not just keep on blaming government. Yes, government have their own, because they are the ones responsible, for security, for, the well-being of the people. But we have to be governable too. Let's just really try. Let's just try. As I'm speaking now, everybody who is watching this video and you work in a government office, you know what I'm talking about. You know, and I know. You know I know, right? You know that I know. Let's not talk, and I will not talk more than this. I won't say more than this, because you know yourselves. Change. You that you sell in the market, you know the things you do. When you hit that basin that they call mudu, you find a way to just hit it from the inside, so that by the time you measure it, it's not even up to a mudu anymore, so that you can make more money. And then all of us are complaining and saying that government is corrupt. Are you not corrupt yourself? So these are the ways that you have contributed to the problem in the society. Yeah, so, well, for today, this is just what I want to talk about. The place is really hot and a lot of people are not smiling. So please, give somebody a smile. I went to an office today and everybody I said hello to was downcast. I had to work extra hard to ensure that people smiled back at me. I ensured that, because I know if I did not get a smile from around them, they're going to soon infect me with their coldness and I will come out cold, and I don't want to be cold. So I had to give a lot of myself and a lot of smile, a lot of all that, a lot of pep talk to just make sure that the atmosphere was brighter than I met it, so that me too, I can enjoy the atmosphere. Let's do this. So if we don't do this, we will continue suffering. Things are not just really going to change so drastically, and it's not only in Nigeria, it's all over the world. In fact, in some cases we're even still better off.